Well, good afternoon, everybody. Araya coming on. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late today. You know, those dragons don't like to be tied down. So here I am. Hello, dragon family, and for the love of dragons, this is Araya Anra, if you don't know me. Affectionately known as the Dragon Lady to many, and I'm a psychic medium. I'm an energy healer. I'm a life coach, and most importantly for you guys, I'm a dragon guide. I'm a guide into the dragon realms, to remembering your dragon self, to understanding your connections with the dragons, your dragon guides, all kinds of questions answered on a regular basis about our dragons. Hello, Anna, nice to see you. And inviting you guys, if you do have lots of questions or you've had them starting to come around, share into the group. Hi, Bridget. Share your experiences, because you're not alone, you're not crazy, and there are people here that are having similar things go on, and everything that you share helps trigger somebody else. So I encourage that. And if you don't have it yet, The Dragon Within is a guidebook to help you work and deepen that connection. Whether you end up doing a session with me or work with me through programs, highly, or classes, book clubs, any of that stuff that might come later in your journey, at least start with getting the book. DragonWithin.com is where you can find it. I am in the process. I'm very excited to be in the process of getting it where it's available in hardback and paperback copies rather than just the digital copy. So that's coming out in the next couple of months. Hello, Sue. Nice to see you. And we've got lots and lots happening this summer. Oh my goodness, making all kinds of travel arrangements. Very excited to be headed to Montreal over what's Memorial Weekend for us in the United States. Hi, Athene. Happy Mama, Dragon Mama there. And hi, Sue over in the UK. Montreal, going to be in the Three Rivers area between Quebec and Montreal, so they have an equal distance to drive. But that's going to be May 25th and 26th. Very excited about that. That will be coming out in the newsletter next week with details, how to register. Still putting together the fine-tuned details for Europe, but seeing 2 workshops in France coming up. We're going to have the 22nd, 23rd of June in the Biarritz region in Sarre. That's near the Spanish border on the northern side of Spain, French border, near that region. That's going to be very exciting, as is the 29th and 30th of June. We're going to be out, hoping to get a location out by Lyon. So more towards the eastern side, southeast, so that others that can't necessarily get to Biarritz can actually have something a week later. So excited to come and connect again with all my dragons over in France. They will be bilingual, so French, English. If you speak either, you can be there. It will be in both, so that's going to be fun. And we have Sacred Tibet with the Dragons coming up in September. Just getting registrations going for that. If you've been having Tibet call you, please get a hold of me, because this is going to be really an epic journey with the dragons through a large portion of China into Tibet over 14 days, and it's going to be powerhouse. So some of you have been called to that on a soul level. Please follow through with that internal call and get a hold of me. And we've got more great questions, so I'm going to dive into something today that might be on a lot of your minds on how, and it might be one of these concepts that's sort of hard to grasp, sort of like, oh, how do I get my head around that? Don't need to. Just allow your heart to open as I speak, allow your energy body to receive the information, and then allow it to sort of merge in and integrate in so that you can really play with it and conceptualize what these dynamic possibilities are. So a lot of times when we're talking about the multidimensional realms or things outside the time-space continuum, it's hard for us to understand them. Our tiny little human brain doesn't really get all the concepts that are way out here. So bringing it into form or information that maybe can start getting you there to getting a bigger idea of what the soul is really capable of, why and how we're formed, or why we come into human form. So I want to read this to you because it's a really great question, and probably one that you guys have in the back of your mind as well, and maybe haven't expressed it in words verbally. So, and then this reader says, the question that is boggling me most: if everything takes place at the same time on different dimensions, is it possible that your dragon soul part and human soul part incarnate at the same time? Or can your dragon self be present in the same dimension where you are in human form? So practically, is it imaginable that my dragon self could be someone's dragon guide at this very moment, or that my dragon guide is also somewhere around the world present in human or whatever more tangible form that he would want to be in? So great question. A lot of questions in that one question. So looking first at the time-space continuum and how I see our aspect as multidimensional. All right, Lola. So looking at, a lot of us have experienced past lives, or what we believe are past lives, or have been told you have a past life, because we think linearly in this dimensional space. But if you were to look at it from a higher perspective, outside of this, in maybe from the fifth dimensional or above, you would see the time-space continuum that's wrapped around Earth, that's part of Earth, and you would see insertion points where that's where you choose to go in and have that experience. So you might actually be having experiences in the 300 or the 3rd century or 4th century AD. You might be in the 1800s. You might be in the now. You might be in 2400 out in front of us. You might be way back before Christ, around 5000 back in Egypt. So there's all these different possibilities. You might have had memory, or what you feel like is memory. I know I used to relate it to that. I would go into a place in the mountains and recognize exactly where I was, knew, and this was back in Wyoming, knew exactly how to get somewhere. Was totally comfortable, knew that I wasn't lost, and it was because I had actually had experience in body in that place before. Was it actually in the past, or is it highly possible that everything is happening simultaneously, and so my soul is actually able to connect to that memory, or what I'm looking at as memory, because I think in a linear fashion, right? That my soul is actually having that experience simultaneously, and that's why I'm able to connect to it. And I get these flash-ins of other experiences in other places and timelines in the world. So the question is, if that's the case with my human experience, and my higher soul self is here, and for me, it's a dragon, my first incarnate form, and many of you listening and watching, it's the same. So here's my soul, my higher self, and parts of me are fractaling off of it and having this experience out here. So yes, it is very possible that I could choose in service to be a part of my soul self, not in body, but as a guide, acting as a guide to other humans in the time-space continuum. Like I might be here because it's time for the dragons to awaken. It's time for people to be helped by them and move forward on their journey. So a part of me could actually be choosing to be in service in that way. So it's possible. And I do believe that in most questions involving multidimensionality and things outside of this realm, that anything is possible. So could my dragon guide actually be in body, in form somewhere? Could be. Might be as a human form somewhere else. But my own gut feeling on it is that probably wouldn't choose that. It is possible, but they probably wouldn't choose it because they want to focus on staying in that realm of experience that they're in. So let's just say the soul might focus on one school or set of classes at a time. So if my soul is actually here experiencing all the earth realms, I'm probably not out having experiences in the stars or other places during this whole thing that's going on. But it's possible. So leaving that food for thought for you to just digest and think about all the possibilities. Feel into it. Maybe you can put some comments or posts here below of what your thought or feeling is on that when you tune into your own self and you get information and say, well, actually, I do feel like part of myself is helping someone on the other side of the planet somehow. And that is my higher self choosing to do that. So let's have that open discussion. Let's bring it in for thought, because sometimes with these new information and ways of bringing it through, sometimes we need to sit with it for a while to get more and more and more clarity and fine tune it and hone. But this is what I'm feeling resonate from me right now. So I hope that answers the question from my read it, and I'll let her know that I actually answered this live. And otherwise, wishing you guys a fabulous day. That's the one I was going to tackle today. If you have questions, please post them to me. And one of my next 2 lives in the next week or two, I am going to be doing some mini dragon readings on. That's always fun, and it's been a month now, I think, that I promised to do some more and haven't done it yet. So we will find time for that in the next week or two. And otherwise, if you're interested in any of the workshops and want to be on the list to be notified directly, please let me know with a message or an email to araya@dragonwithin.com or araya@invokehealing.com. And I always look forward to connecting with you guys. Thanks for being there today, and I will see you next week. Bye.